Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So guys, we're back on one of those videos again where the picture is the narrative, and the picture that you're seeing on your screen now tells the whole story really of this video. So what you're seeing on your screen now is the wife of the former president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe. So Grace Mugabe is the person you're seeing with the tearful eye on your screen now, and the person of course that she's crying to is President Obasanjo. President Obasanjo, whether you like him or not, is a colossus within the African space. This guy is well loved and well respected all over Africa and internationally. This again is another example of that respect that he has been demonstrated visually. So this is Grace Mugabe now crying to Obasanjo about the death of her husband. So now the great and the good from all over the world would have converged in Zimbabwe for that funeral, because of course Robert Mugabe is a guy that ruled Zimbabwe for decades and decades, and is a name that transcends the Zimbabwe and captures all of Africa and indeed the whole world. So a very important person and a very important funeral, and the whole of the heads of African states especially and globally representatives as well would have converged in Zimbabwe for that funeral. The president of South Africa of course was there. He was booed. The vice president of Nigeria was sent to represent, but who is Mrs. Mugabe crying to? It is Obasanjo, because as I said, the Obasanjo name and the Obasanjo reputation has a colossal engulfment of the African continent. It sweeps up all of the African continent, especially the black African countries within that, and they all see him as their leader. They all call him Baba. If you go to Zimbabwe, they call Obasanjo Baba. If you go to Burkina Faso, they call Obasanjo Baba. If you go to Ghana, they call him Baba. He's Baba to everybody. And it's not just Baba because of his age, it's Baba because of his longevity within the Nigerian space and the African space, and a lot of the things that he has done for a lot of these African countries, and he continues to do. So this is why he is so revered. So let me bring you the headline and then the caption that captures this picture. But as I said, the picture is the narrative itself. So the headline is Grace Mugabe cries to Obasanjo during Mugabe's funeral. So that's the headline. Grace Mugabe cries to Obasanjo during Mugabe's funeral. So now let's just see how this picture is described. Let's just go into it. Former First Lady Grace Mugabe was pictured crying to former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo at the funeral of her husband Robert Mugabe. Mugabe died on the 6th of September at Gleneagle Hospital, Singapore, at the age of 95. He led Zimbabwe for nearly 4 decades before he was forced to resign by the military in November 2017. His state-assisted funeral was held in Harare at the National Sports Stadium on Saturday afternoon, with several heads of state and government in attendance. So as I said, it's really about the picture, and the picture tells its own tale. And as I have just read out to you now, the funeral was attended by several heads of state and government, and who does Grace Mugabe cry to is of course Baba. Of course, now who would you cry to but Baba? Baba is like daddy, the father, you know. Baba is the Nigerian, not the Nigerian word, but the Yoruba word for father, you know. So of course she would cry to Baba, and to Baba she rightly cried. So conversations in the comment section is what I am inviting around this. Obasanjo's status within the African space is what I am asking you to come discuss with me. But before you come have that conversation with me, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you are making of this picture, and indeed Obasanjo's status in the African society, in the comment section. So I'll leave you here, carry on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.